Hey everyone, Andrea Prober here with Great Expectations Realty, and today is Monday, which means it's time for What's Up Ocala. Okay, just in case I forget to mention this later, I'm going to remind you to go ahead and click the subscribe button. And if this video has been educational, entertaining, or whatever, if you just enjoyed it, feel free to share it with somebody you know, and hopefully we'll get some more subscribers on here so I can quit nagging y'all about it. Let's go ahead and get started. I always forget that part. All right. So the big, huge news that is hitting Ocala right now is that the Ocala Hotel, it's actually called, I forget what the actual name of it is. Hold on. It's a historic building. Actually, it's like one of the tallest buildings, Marion Sovereign. Okay, Marion Sovereign building. It says if you ever go to downtown Ocala, it's the tallest building there. It really catches the eye because it's absolutely beautiful, but it's like 100 years old. It needs some love, okay? Like serious love. So there's a coffee shop downstairs. It's an absolutely perfect location for a hotel. We definitely don't want to lose it, but at the same time, it's kind of an eyesore right now. So yeah, apparently there is David and Lisa Midget. They are actually going to bring the building back to its former glory. It's going to be a hotel again. So we're actually really excited about this. It should be really something that it really makes downtown, downtown on the square with that 100-year-old building. And they're going to truly try to keep it as historically accurate as possible. They're going to work on the outside first. That's going to take some work. And then they're going to start to restore the interior. And if you love architecture, which I absolutely do, of course I'm in real estate, so, but if you really love historic buildings and older buildings and just that architecture and the beautiful little teeny tiny little tiles and murals and stuff like that, this one with the arches, and it is absolutely a gorgeous building. Or it will be once it's brought back. Right now, there's a lot of cracks and crevices and, stuff is crumbling, and it's just, if it's not taken care of, pretty soon it's just going to fall apart and it won't be able to be restored. Older buildings are just needing to be constantly maintained. But to actually have a revitalization to this building is huge news. We're all very excited about it. Obviously, it's not going to be like a brand new hotel, but it is going to be something that I think a lot of people are going to really love to stay in. And it's going to be kind of like a boutique hotel. It's going to have some artwork, some sculptures, and just really play off of that beautiful aesthetic that it actually has naturally. Again, this is a 95-year-old building, so almost 100 years old. And it's one of the tallest buildings, if not the current tallest building in all of Marion County. So we don't really have a lot of tall buildings here, obviously. But still, it really is. I think it's like 14 stories. I can probably count it right now, but it's about 14 stories high. So it's not like, skyscraper or anything, but I'm just so glad that they're going to restore it. It's just perfect locations. Going just down the street is the Tuscaloosa Park, and to have all of that, I'm so excited about this. So that hit the newspaper. Sorry. I said 14 stories. It's half that. 7 stories. But it's still one of the tallest buildings, if not the tallest building in Marion County. I'm like sitting here going, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it's only 7 stories. But still, it really shows how we don't really grow up here. We grow out. We kind of expand. That building was definitely the tallest building for a very long time here because, 7 stories, we just don't really have that much of that height. But yeah, it's really just gorgeous building. So I can't wait to see it once it's done. I know they're getting started on the outside, so that's definitely going to improve the downtown square and everything as well. Because anywhere you are downtown, you can pretty much see that building. So Really excited about that. Really excited that they're actually going to be doing this. And David and Lisa Midget, they actually have the David and Lisa Midget Foundation. They're philanthropists. They're very much into the art. In fact, Lisa is the owner of Noma Gallery downtown. So they have a lot of things that they do in the community already. And of course, obviously, they're very much into the art and into downtown. So perfect, absolutely perfect people to restore this boutique hotel. And they said, you know, even though they're going to have, you know, a restaurant and they're going to have, you know, the hotel and everything running on it, they are actually not going to be the ones running all of those things. So it's actually just a restorative program. So really excited about that. It is a 100-room hotel. It's about 100 feet tall and it's about 100 years old. So really easy to remember that. But if you ever have a chance to just peek in there, if you go to, I can never remember the name of this coffee shop. I'll remember. I've done a video on it because they have these amazing crepes. But anyway, if you go to Symmetry, there. If you ever go to Symmetry, which is downstairs, you kind of take a peek at this beautiful, beautiful hotel. Just the architecture, chef's kiss. It's absolutely gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous. I'm so thrilled it's going to be restored, as you can kind of tell because I'm just bubbling about it. Anyway, all right. It is part of the National Register of Historic Places, and that's actually been since the 90s. Let's see. That is, yeah. So yeah, that should be really exciting. I still don't think that they have figured out a new parking location. I will have to check with them, you know, the council, the city council and everything. I have not been sitting on any meetings or anything. So, but they were looking for parking spaces for more parking garages downtown. So if you go to downtown Ocala, as many of you know, downtown on the square, there's a lot of restaurants, there's some galleries. It's a beautiful place to walk around. There's some pubs. It's just a really fun place to hang out. They have the First Friday Art Walk. They have a lot of activities. They have the downtown market down there. It's great. But the parking, obviously, since we have so many things down there, we don't have that much parking. Of course, we have street parking, but we actually have a huge parking garage down there and it's free. You can just go in there and park. But with the new hotel that opened up, a lot of the parking spaces are for the hotel. So they're actually looking to get more parking garages downtown so that it will be as easy as possible for people to go and visit the downtown Ocala area. Basically, you just park and then just walk around and see things anyway. But it should be even easier soon to be able to do that. And that's really going to help, I think, the downtown Ocala area thrive. A lot of cities don't take that track. They actually are like, oh, we could get some income by having everyone pay for parking in the parking garage. Whereas Ocala, they're like, if more people are able to park downtown and it's not a difficulty for them, more people will spend more money downtown and the community will thrive that way. So very forward thinking, I think. But to each their own. I'm not going to put down other city council members in other cities. I just like ours. Anyway, all right, let's go ahead and talk about the stuff coming up to do since we're talking about downtown Ocala. Of course, this weekend we have Ocala Downtown Market. That is every Saturday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We have the Blueberry and Butterfly Festival over at Timberline Farms. And of course, we are participating in that. I was there actually Saturday until about noon. I was helping to set up. We have a whole bunch of stuff that we give away. We have like sunglasses and candy and toys and bubbles. I like the bubbles personally, but whatever. You can't miss us. We have one of those blue wavy things that kind of dances around. You should see the kids, like the little 2-year-olds, especially 2-3 years old. They lose their mind for the wavy blue guy. I mean, they just absolutely lose their mind. They really think it's a real human being. I've seen them come up and try and give it a hug before. They are just like blown away by this thing, pun intended. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. There is a petting zoo. There's a little kids train ride. There's some good food. There's some lemonade stands. There's live music. It's a really fun time. It kind of feels like, I don't know, like a Hallmark movie. That's what we were talking about last year. It was just like walking in a Hallmark movie, and everything is outside. So it's just really comfortable. They actually have this enclosure so you can go in and all the butterflies are like going crazy in there. And yeah, it's pretty cool. It really is pretty cool. So if you have time this weekend, it is Saturday and Sunday. We are kind of taking turns with it, so it's not all on one person every single weekend for a month. So maybe you'll see me, maybe you'll see my husband, maybe you'll see one of our many agents down there, but it's still a really great time, and definitely stop in and say hi if you can, if you have a chance. We would love that. That one, it's open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday, and then Sunday I think it's like 12 to 5. I don't know. Check online, okay? They have a Facebook page. Go to Timberline Farms and you'll get all the details on that. They definitely have that advertised. It's really sad because we actually have one of their signs right on our on the property of the Denellen office. I mean, I could just go look at that and cheat, but anyway, go online, look. All right. Thursday, April 7th, over at the Corkscrew, we have wine yoga. And personally, I think I would be a lot more flexible if alcohol is involved. So just saying, if you might want to check that out. It's again, Thursday, April 7th, 6:30 to 7:30 at the Corkscrew, which is downtown Ocala. It is $20 cash at the door, and you get a free glass of wine. So just grab a mat and, sip on some wine. Should be some interesting yoga. I cannot even imagine drinking wine with yoga. So I personally would just like to go just to participate in that endeavor. Anyway, that's okay. They have dueling pianos at the Lodge. It's Friday, April 8th. It's actually every second Friday of the month. So Jason and Gabriel are pianists, and they are going to be dueling pianos down there. So that's kind of cool. Let's see. We have free coffee with the conductor. That is Friday, April 8th at 10 a.m. over at the Marion Theater. I think this was supposed to be last week, and then they switched it over to this week. So for some reason, they are doing that. Over at the Florida Horse Park, we have the Ocala Spring Classic. That is going to be this weekend, April 9th and 10th from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And it actually has all of the United States Hunter jumpers. It's actually the United States Hunter Jumper Association is the one doing it. And they actually have a hunter derby going on. So pretty cool. I don't know about you guys, but every single time I see people doing the jumps, I always think they're going to fall off. I honestly, it just looks like somebody hit the brakes on a bike and they're about to go over it. I've never actually personally seen somebody fall off of a horse, but every single time they go to jump, I'm like, it's so weird. All right. Obviously nothing I have ever even remotely attempted. I'm more like Pasofino type, just little tiny steps and, just much simpler for me anyway. Although I've definitely seen some of those that do the shows. Whew, there is just all sorts of stuff going on with that. All right. We have the 8th annual Brick City Beer and Wine Festival. Don't get excited. It's not this weekend. It is next Saturday, April 15th, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. That's at Ocala Citizen Circle. In case you don't know what Ocala Citizen Circle is, it's this really cool location right actually kind of across from the parking garage. And it actually has like artwork, some sculptures, and it has a splash pad right there. And they actually have this huge area where they have sometimes live music, sometimes they have vendors there. It's just a really cool outdoor location. So yeah, everybody else was like, the last few years, quarantine into oblivion, and we have really cool outdoor spaces like that we can go and listen to music and apparently have some beer and wine. So it is the 7th annual event, and it features a full day of beer and wine sampling from local and regional breweries and wineries. Yes, we do have wine here in Central Florida. In fact, we have some really good wineries here. They're going to have live music, food trucks, craft vendors, and kids soda saloon. So this, even though it is beer and wine festival, it's a family event. So go ahead and bring those kids. We have Hot Cars and Cool Cats Car Show. That's also Saturday, April 16th from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. And that is supporting the Endangered Animal Rescue Sanctuary, acronym EARS. How cute is that, right? All right. Let's see. And then over at the Southeastern Livestock Pavilion on Saturday, April 16th, we actually have an Ocala horse sale. So if you would like to go and purchase some horses, that might be your event. So it's going to have some horse auction. I recently went to the Ocala breeder sale auctions. I have never seen money go so quickly. It was enlightening. Thankfully, I found some really cool people that were explaining the whole process to me and everything, but these horses come in and sometimes the bidding starts at $10,000, sometimes the bidding starts at like $60,000. And it goes up so quickly. Some of the horses sold for a couple $1 million. To see a horse go for $400,000 was not even unusual. So it was crazy. It was just so quick. In under a minute, a horse will sell for $400,000, $2 million, $1 million. I mean, it was crazy. I was like, this is a lot of money for a mammal. But yeah, it was really enlightening. They had this big old thick book, and each horse had a page, and you could see all their ancestry, and I mean, you could watch them running on the track. They had that up on a video. It was intense. I personally did not even go into the actual auction room. They have like viewing areas outside the auction room. So I stayed out of the auction hall because I was so worried that I would purchase a horse on accident that is worth more than me. So I didn't go in there. But it was really cool. So if you ever get a chance to go to the Ocala Breeder Sale and actually watch or participate in one of these auctions, it is amazing. You learn so much. The people are just so cool. They're from all over the world. It is a really neat time. There's a tiki hut, there's food, it's cool. It's like a 2-day party, really. There's horses, there's people, there's alcohol, there's food. I mean, what more can you ask, really? All right. Let's talk real estate. We've obviously talked about downtown and some of the changes down there. Well, let's go ahead and do our market watch here in Marion County. We have 58 new listings. It's pretty good. Sadly, 70 went pending. We're still going the wrong way. Sold, we had 48. We had 26 back on the market. That's a lot. So yeah, I'm not sure what's up with that. Price decreases 22, price increases 34. Y'all, seriously, you don't know what price to put it out. What are we doing here? Temporarily off the market, we had 4. Withdrawn, we had 4. And canceled, we had 17. That's excessive. That is excessive right there. So yeah, kind of all over the place. It was a wacky weekend in real estate. Honestly, when you have the end of the month going into a new month, that's when all of that craziness starts and stops. And we also ended a quarter and started a new quarter. So maybe it's part of that. I have no idea. It's just absolute mayhem in there right now. We'll say we had a few listings hit the market here at Great Expectations Realty, which is exciting because we've mostly been working with new construction instead of, going into the fist fights that is what agents are doing for listings right now. It is a really tough time to be a listing agent. So if anybody asks us how many listings does your company have, we're like, well, we have a lot of land for sale, but it's just few and far between for listings right now. So instead of duking it out with other agents, we've really been focusing on the new construction, and we've been able to really satisfy a lot of our buyers that way. But we did actually have some listings come through, and it seemed like they were all at the same time. But one I was really proud of. I've been working with this person for years, and of course he trusted me to sell his house. And yeah, I was very excited to tell him not only he had multiple offers, but we were able to get him over $30,000 above his asking price. So yeah, still got it. No, it's the market. I'm sure it's the market. I'm making a joke. All right, let's go ahead and talk about last month. Last month's numbers are in, and I took a quick glance at this earlier. Single family homes here in Marion County, we had 589 sold last month here in Marion County, 589. Okay, now keep in mind, some of our new construction sales weren't necessarily in those numbers. A lot of this is like resale, but let's say that's pretty accurate picture anyway. 589 home sales, and we actually officially just broke our numbers of 300,000 on the average house price. So if you remember, I've been saying, oh, it's 289 is the average house price. We have now crossed over the 300 threshold, and now it's at 302,799 is the average house price. Now for everybody that's like, yeah, that is still much lower than a lot of places in not only the United States, but even here in Florida. If you go to Orlando, Tampa, or Miami with $300,000 as your budget, you're not going to be able to buy much of anything. Here, you can get a very nice 3-bedroom or 4-bedroom single family home for that price. Has it gone up a lot? Yes, it has definitely gone up a lot. And some of the buyers that were choosing to wait because they wanted to, wait until the market dropped, or they just didn't have their ducks in a row, they have now been priced out of the market entirely because of the interest rates rising. As the interest rates rise, that kind of brings down their buying power that they would get approved for with the financing. So unfortunately, a lot of people that have they decided to wait until now, they literally can't at this point. So they're just kind of either going to have to save more money, or they're just going to have to literally wait indefinitely for the market to shift. So that's a little bit scary. I'd say definitely save because I don't see the market shifting anytime soon here in Ocala. Normally we get a good heads up. When it shifts over in like California or New York, eventually we'll kind of get it's like when you throw a rock in the water and there's like waves that go out. Yeah, we're way out there as far as the waves. So we kind of like keep an eye on some of those other markets because it kind of dictates what's going to happen in ours. It's kind of nice. We get a heads up. I mean, we're not right in the drop zone. We're kind of like, down the ripple effect down the way. So I really haven't seen any ripples coming yet. So it's still going up. So kind of interesting information that we had to share today. In case you guys are interested, I kind of waylaid my husband, but I have the radio show. It's over on WOCA here in Ocala, just a local radio station here in Ocala. And I actually have, 10 a.m. on Saturday mornings, a radio show. We also broadcast it on our podcast. And I've been sharing, I duplicate, I have a little video going and I share that on YouTube. So you guys aren't really seeing a YouTube production. It's just kind of a side thing that I do since we're already doing the radio show anyway. I go ahead and share with you basically what we're doing and what was said. So in case you're wondering about why we've got like these microphones in front of our face on that, it's because we're actively doing a radio show and sharing it with you. But the cool thing was, I got my husband to be the guest this week. I'm so excited about that. So yeah, it definitely took some patience on both of our parts. We're just so polar opposite as far as our personalities. So it really was really funny. We had a lot of fun doing it. But he's very, analytical, very detail oriented. There are no gray areas kind of person. I'm pretty much like, gray? Why stop at gray? Let's go ahead and get some turquoise and chartreuse in there. So it's just very different personalities and how we approach things and how we talk about things. He's kind of showed up on a couple of videos, but he's very camera shy. So I don't really have him, on too much. Normally, as soon as I turn on the record button, he just shuts down and doesn't talk. And I'm like, what are you doing? But today he actually spoke, probably because it was a radio show as opposed to the camera. I did have the camera going, but it was very much a radio show, and he did amazing. So can't wait to share that with you guys. You're going to actually hear my husband talking for once. It's been years with this channel, right? How many times have you guys heard him talk? But yeah, he's actually going to be on there talking, and he's going to be on the radio show with me, and I was stoked. So it's like a one-time thing. I'll never be able to talk him into doing this again. So enjoy it while you got it, okay? All right, you guys have a great night. I hope that you have a fantastic week. If you're not able to make it here to Ocala, please go out and enjoy the city you live in. Find something new, something hidden, find something amazing in your hometown and share it with us. If you would like to share anything, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. I read every single one of them. Normally it is me answering those. Once in a while, one of my agents will be like, oh, that one was meant for me, and they'll go ahead and jump in. But normally it's me answering them. So sometimes you'll see an answer at like midnight or something. Yeah, that's because I can't sleep. So if you leave a comment, you're getting me. So feel free to do that. If you would like to go ahead and send us an email, please do so. If you have questions about Ocala, if you have ideas for our show here, that would be great. Go ahead and email ger.expectmore@gmail.com. Again, you guys have a great weekend, and thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Bye.